Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Check it out. R. Kelly allegedly overdosed in prison. His attorneys claim that prison staff is to blame. Sit back, watch this. We're going to get into what's really going on with R. Kelly because you know prison is my specialty after 26 and a half years serving in federal prison. So let's get this thing going. Now, R. Kelly was in the hole because the Aryan Brotherhood wrote the letter saying that there was a hit out on him by the BOP on R. Kelly. So now they lock R. Kelly up. I'm going to break down why they do that in a minute. But before we do that, let's get this party started. All right. All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. We back here. Now, this is about R. Kelly and what's going on with R. Kelly. Let's just play the tape and see what's going on.
R. Kelly, TMZ says, is doubling down on his claim that his life is in grave danger in prison, now alleging the Bureau of Prison staff at his federal center in North Carolina purposefully gave him too much medication, causing an overdose that left him hospitalized. A court filing submitted by his attorney Monday claims R. Kelly was left bedridden in a hospital after a solitary confinement staff member instructed him to take additional medication the night of June 12th. The next morning, R. Kelly allegedly awakened feeling faint and dizzy, and when he attempted to get up, he fell on the floor, crawled to the door of the cell, and lost consciousness. He was subsequently taken to Duke University Hospital, and during the ride there, he claims he heard a prison officer begrudge, quote, "This is going to open a whole new can of worms." During his 2-day stay at the hospital, Kelly says he learned he was given an amount of his prescribed medication that could have ended his life.
So do you understand what's going on? What's going on right now is they're saying that the prison staff gave R. Kelly too much medication that could have ended his life. And R. Kelly is saying it was intentional because the Aryan Brotherhood already came out and said that he was hired by the BOP to kill him, allegedly. So that's what's going on with this. Let's get back to that.
Furthermore, Kelly claims in his Monday filing that prison staff took him off necessary blood thinner medication and is now refusing to allow him a doctor-recommended surgery.
Now, so what they're saying is that they took R. Kelly off his prescribed blood thinner medication, and now he has blood clots in his legs and in his lungs, and the ones in his lungs is life-threatening. That's how serious this has become from R. Kelly's point of view.
To clear blood clots in his legs and lungs that are putting his life in danger. Instead, they have him locked up in solitary confinement, where Kelly has expressed to his lawyer he is convinced he will be killed or left to die. Therefore, the disgraced music mogul is asking for temporary release to home confinement for the third time, arguing his life depends on it. TMZ goes on to say that an assistant United States attorney swiftly filed a response to Kelly's request, alleging he continuously paints himself as the victim and adding, quote, "This is the behavior of an abuser and a master manipulator on display." The response also claims Kelly...
So let me explain to you what they're saying R. Kelly is when they say he's a master manipulator, right? And this is just me riding. And I'm just telling you how the feds look at it because I just left them 26 years ago. So you rat bastards and flip-flop wearing and public trolls, we're about to ride, and I would like you to ride the F off my channel. I'm going to give you 3 seconds. All right, you know the routine. Now that we got rid of the peasants. Check. They're saying that R. Kelly's a master manipulator because they're saying that R. Kelly went and got this dude that was terminally ill, gave him money so that he would say that there was a hit put out on him by the Aryan Brotherhood. He's dying of cancer anyway. So if R. Kelly hit him off with 10, 20 grand for him to be able to just give to his family, to leave them behind something just to write a letter going against the BOP, of course he'll do it. That's what the BOP is saying. See, I'll give you the other side of this because they're making you think that, R. Kelly's life is in this grave danger, as they should, but there's two sides to it. So now the government side, right, is that all this is a sham. He paid this dude to say that this was going to happen and they was going to unalive him, and we know that's a bunch of bullcrap. Now, they done got that straight. So that's one of the ways that they saying that he manipulated them. Now he's saying that he went there, he took too much medication. He might have saved some medication, let him add up. And instead of taking the one pill every 8 hours, he saved it up for 24 hours and took, all 3 pills that he was supposed to take every 8 hours in the 24 hours at one time. Now he has a reaction, and now he crawls to the floor like this vicious little baby in help and need. And as he crawls to the door, they look at him, they say, "Get up off the floor. We know you faking." And he said, "Nah, this gonna get me out of here, boy. This gonna get me out of your prison." You know what I mean? So now this is how they're viewing R. Kelly at this moment as far as being the master manipulator. Now, put it in the comments which one you believe it is. Do you believe they gave him too much medication that caused all of this that's going on? Let's keep it 100. All right.
Knowingly submitted an action to a court that has no jurisdiction over his case, accusing him of instead choosing to write to let his court know that he is cold in prison and to criticize the medical care that he is receiving.
Hold up. Did R. Kelly really write to the prison that he was cold? Do you know how many nights and days I was locked in that cell for 26 and a half years that I was cold? And I never felt privileged enough to feel that I could write to say that I was cold. They froze my black ass. Did I not tell you? Hold on, let's ride. Did I not tell you about the time I was up there in the mountains in Raybrook, SCI? I came there the day before Thanksgiving. They rode me from Lewisburg for about 9 hours straight in the freezing cold. They tightened the handcuffs around my wrist so tight, I still have the black marks to show it. I mean, all this is trauma. I get up there and they march me off and they throw me in a little cell that's flooded. And it's like, it feels like 20 below out there. As the water is seeping out the toilet, it's freezing on the floor. And can you believe these stinking no-good effers gave me some flip-flops to survive in that cell? Maybe that's why I hate flip-flops so much. Yo, they gave me some orange, ugly-ass flip-flops to keep my feet warm in a freezing cell 20 below up in Raybrook. And you wonder why I hate flip-flops? But anyway, they take me up in there and it was so cold. You understand? Like, who do I write to? When I gotta go to the bathroom, right? The toilet is so cold. It's like that movie they show Christmas time where the little kid puts his tongue on the flagpole and it gets stuck. Imagine your cheeks getting stuck to the toilet because it's so cold in the cell. So instead, you take your stinking flip-flops, you put them on the toilet, sit on it so you can give your cheeks a breather between the metal and your skin. This is how we have to live. R. Kelly, being cold is a part of the bid, my brother. You don't dictate the temperature you want. It's up to you to remain healthy and maintain that 98 degrees above Fahrenheit and all that they say your body need. It's up to you. But anyway, I'm sitting on flip-flops on the toilet, and now my feet is sitting on a block of ice because the floor is cold and frozen. Who do I tell? What do I tell? Is that telling? Because I know these rat bastards still stuck around because they love my joint. You know what I mean? So you rat bastards, put in the comment, would you call that telling because they're freezing? R. Kelly's not telling, I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? He's making a statement. And he's making a statement through the courts. And he's going through the proper channels. But these rat bastards will say, oh, R. Kelly's telling that he's cold. Oh my God. Let's get back to this, man.
In order to turn his situation into a grocery store checkout aisle tabloid. Kelly's latest filing comes just a week after his legal team sought his immediate release due to an alleged foiled murder-for-hire plot against him. His team submitted a sworn statement from another inmate who claimed authorities offered him release from prison if he murdered the singer. But just wanted to bring you that breaking news courtesy.
I'm here with Prince, right? I'm gonna give you one. I'm even gonna say a name. There was a female. If you want to say the name, you say the name. That used to come to your trial when y'all was in the Brooklyn house and sit there with the trial and with the lawyers when y'all used to get lunch and things like that. She showed up to everything. You know what I'm talking about? Do I need to say a name? Tawana. Remember Tawana you was talking to? Tawana was coming to your trial. Tawana Gooden, rest in peace. She passed.
I heard that name before.
Yeah, Tawana Gooden, exactly. Tawana used to come to your trial and sit in your trial and support you every day. And at the time, I was talking to Tawana. Yeah, and I used to bring her every morning and give her some money to make sure y'all had something to eat when y'all had your lunchtime, because your lawyers had to get the thing. And she was telling me like, oh, I got to get some money, make sure, you know, everything good. You know, lawyer ain't trying to come out of his pocket.
Yeah.
But, you know, I did that. I ran into C in Lewisburg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my heart. Rest in peace.
That's my brother.
You know, no, listen, no. Preem would tell you, everybody would tell you. Big C, my heart. You understand? From Lewisburg, Allenwood, Lum Park. You know what I mean? That's my heart.
You know what, man? It's big that you brought that lady there and supported her during that time and looked out, man. And the way you speak about my Kobe C,
my heart,
man. Thank you, man. Yo,
my heart.
I've been watching you, man. And,
you know, I speak for us, man.
Yeah, I know. I
speak for us. I didn't make your party because my birthday was May 8th.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your party was May 9th.
Right.
My mother 90.
Right.
My mother sat there and waited for me for 26 years when I thought I was gonna bug out when things got crazy. She said, "Baby, I ain't raised you for this.
That's right.
Man up." Mommy had to tell me, man up.
Right.
You understand? And she said, I ain't going nowhere till you get here.
Yeah.
I've been home 5 years. She was 85 when I came home. She's 90, just celebrated her 90th birthday, April 5th.
Wow.
I celebrated my 61st.
Yeah, my mother's 84, man. I know what that means.
So you already know. So
I
I stayed home with my mother and my grandkids. Because when I went to prison, you know what I mean? My daughter was 7. When I came home, she had a 7-year-old daughter.
Yeah. Wow.
I didn't even recognize my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I recognized my granddaughter in my daughter.
You've been through the struggle you've been through, so you know how this thing go. And you know we gotta always stay home to our family that still love us, still lives, and even the good people that we lost along the way. So I really got mad respect for you to even bring up something like that, and the way you talking to me about how you supported, you supported with Tawana during that trial, bro. Yeah. So man, I look forward to meeting you again and speaking with you further.
Now, family, this is you know how we do. We're doing our own thing, trying to get where we got to go. Then we're gonna come back and get
the right way.
We do it the right way.
You know what it is? It's like the man reaching over a wall with his hand down, another one reaching with his hand up. You give him that hand. It's not a hand out, it's a hand up.
I'm gonna give you one right there just to show him where we at. Big C. That's the tattoo he had on his arm.
Yeah.
Remember holding the arm like this.
That's right.
That's
why my nonprofit. Look at it. Yeah, I got that picture on the back of one of my cars.
So you know, I know what I know.
I know exactly.
That was the tattoo on his arm.
You know
when he was with Karen, we was in Lewisburg. That's my heart.
I remember, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, you can't understand the love I
got you, bro.
Listen, when I got cut in Lum Park,
yeah.
C heard about. C was in the hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? C heard about it, and Flip he contacted Fingers and Lou Sims over there in Colorado.
Yeah. Lou in there now, I think.
Yeah, of course Lou in there. But I'm saying this is how family go. They don't understand that.
Nah, they don't
you know
understand.
What I mean? This is
bad. That's deeper than people could really.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was there with him in Lewisburg when he went up with the Spanish dude
Yeah.
and told him, go get your. I got a million stories with him, but I hold back on some.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
But we gonna tell them stories because I'm doing something on that, and I'm gonna need you, man. You know a lot, man.
Family, come
let's
on,
get up
man.
in here and enjoy ourselves, and let's
Listen.
get up here and honor these dudes.
Listen, Baby Wise, Baisley,
ain't no question.
family.
Ain't no question.
Family. You understand
Wanna
what I'm
get by,
saying?
man? Go ahead.
Yeah, come on, man. I just wanted to say that, man. Just, catch you for a moment.
Nah, I got
Nobody
you.
ain't heard you speak.
Nah, I
So
got
they
you.
got to hear,
Ain't no
what the
question.
Godfather looked like.
Actually, I learned more myself. I'm glad that I spoke to you. I'm glad I met you. So we ain't finished.
Listen, man, we got Jimmy Fingers that was, and another dude, Guy Williams. They call him Picasso. That was C. All of us was with C like this, with intertwined like this. Every jail we went to, we was there for each other. I remember when C came to Lewisburg. You know what I mean? When Boy George was there. You understand what I'm saying? He ripped his shirt off when the joint. I know you got to go. I talk all day.
Nah, you
with
good.
stories
You
about,
good.
oh, we good?
You in there too?
Yeah. You already know.
Up in there because I came late as it was, and I know I didn't mean to be late. You know what I'm saying? And get up in there. But yo.
All right, so I just wanted to show you that so that you could really understand what's going on right now. That's a man of honor that came out the right way. Are you cut to be a man of honor? If you feel you cut like that, I'm not promoting it, not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you they have a bed for you. I'm trying to prevent you from going in that bed. Look at what R. Kelly is going through to get out of jail. Look at the conditions he said he's living under. The man that I just showed you of honor, Mr. Gerald Prince Miller. And I want to give a shout out to Antonio White in Washington, D.C. That man's name should be said strictly amongst the elite. He stands on morals and principles, one of the best men that I've ever met. Those are men of honor. We all been through being in a cold cell. I was in Victorville right before I was released to the streets. On Wednesdays, we look forward to hamburgers. A hamburger was like a breakfast sausage that you get from the supermarket. Imagine a breakfast sausage and then a cold hamburger bun that's been in the fridge for a month. And then maybe 6 fries if you're lucky. Six loose cold fries and 2 frozen pickle and a frozen tomato. And that's your lunch every Wednesday. That's what that man of honor, and Antone White and myself had to eat. We land on that compound. And the men on that compound, they won't stand up for the food, which I don't understand because prison changed. But they'll stand up for a chair that the government gave them that they left in the day room that someone sat in, and now he's violating them by sitting in his chair that the government gave him. And it's freezing in there. You're not complaining about it being cold. And then the police come by and they take the same chair and move it somewhere else to use it as a step ladder to do something, leave their boot print on it and leave the chair right where it's at, and that person would go get the chair from where the police left it. But if another inmate sit in that chair, that's death. Somebody tell me how you could want to enter into that world. That's what R. Kelly's living in right now. Let me run through this real quick about this R. Kelly situation. We're going to ride out. I'm gonna keep you up to speed because I got a little sidetracked, but you know I do what I do. R. Kelly allegedly overdosed in prison. Attorneys claim prison staff is to blame. R. Kelly previously filed a motion stating that there was a plot to murder him and that he wanted to be moved to home confinement. Some disturbing news involving R. Kelly is being reported this morning. According to the report, the singer allegedly overdosed in prison last week and was recently released from the hospital. R. Kelly's attorneys have filed an emergency motion seeking his release from federal custody, citing near fatal overdose while in solitary confinement. This report comes just a few days after R. Kelly and his lawyers filed a motion to have the singer released into home confinement. The singer believes he is the target of an alleged murder plot with white supremacist prison gangs in the center of it. According to All Hip Hop, the 58-year-old singer imprisoned in North Carolina allegedly collapsed in his cell after receiving what his lawyer called a dangerously high dose of medication. As per hip hop's reading, all hip hop reading of the court filing, R. Kelly was allegedly placed in solitary confinement on June 10th. Accordingly, he was allegedly given an increased dose of medication just 2 days later. As a result, the singer was feeling extremely ill. He was subsequently hospitalized, and now his lawyers are seeking out clearly. They believe some alleged foul play is involved. That means that with 2 days of the filing, within 2 days of the filing of this motion, the Bureau of Prisons officials administered an amount of medication that significantly increased a safe dose and caused Mr. Kelly to overdose, putting his life in jeopardy. Right? Kelly's lawyer, Brindley, explained they gave him an amount of medication that could have killed him. On June 13th, he reportedly fainted and was rushed to the Duke University Hospital, where doctors determined the doses could have killed him. He remained under observation for 2 days before officials returned him to the prison. Brindley went on to allege that R. Kelly refused to eat due to fears of overdosing again, meaning they might put something in his food. Furthermore, doctors discovered blood clots in his leg and lungs. However, as Brindley alleges, prison staff would not let him get the treatment he needed. Instead, they allegedly forced him back to the prison. Within an hour, officers with guns came into his hospital room and removed R. Kelly, Brindley alleged. He was taken from the hospital against his will and against the directives of the doctors. He was denied the surgery he needed to clear blood clots in his lungs that threatened his life. This happened. This will be confirmed by hospital records. It is undeniable. Attorney Bo Brindley believes the overdose was intended. He claims it occurred just 2 days after filing a separate motion accusing prison officials of endangering Kelly's life. This was no mistake, Brindley said. It was a dose that jeopardized his life and nearly ended it. This marks the third request for temporary release. Kelly's lawyers argue he faces persistent threats behind bars. They they reference a sworn affidavit from an inmate, Michael Glenn Stein, who alleged that prison staff and white supremacist groups planned to murder Kelly to cover up misconduct during his prosecution. Now, I broke down what I feel that the government is going to shoot at it because I already know how they thinking after that. After Stein's statement surfaced, Kelly was moved to solitary confinement. His attorneys described the conditions as inhumane. Now, just for him making that allegation, now they got to put him in solitary confinement. I hope R. Kelly knew they was going to do that, because they have to do that, because now they have to show they can keep you alive. So now they can keep you in the hole long as they want. So let's hope this, motion you found works, because if it don't, you'll be in a hole a very long time, after that one. He reportedly sleeps in unsanitary quarters surrounded by insects and lacks phone and commissary access. Come on, dog. I stayed in the hole with all that plus some for 6 months straight. You know what I mean? The door is never open for 6 months. Never got a bar of soap. Never got no toilet paper. Had to use my wash rag that I was supposed to use on my face. I had to turn that into an it rag. You know what I mean? So R. Kelly, stop it, man. So that's why I'm telling you, youngins, it ain't worth it. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel. Let me put this up there. You know what I mean? Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel, Juanita Mecca Audio. She tell what it's like, to have survived from she was 7, 8 years old without her father that foolishly landed in prison and now trying to keep y'all out of prison. All right, let's keep this moving. Ridley claims that before the surgery could be performed, armed guards removed Kelly from the hospital against medical advice. He was returned to solitary confinement without treatment. This is not a theory, Ridley stated. Hospital records will confirm he was denied urgent care. Kelly is currently serving a 30-year sentence for sex trafficking and racketeering. His attorneys insist the facility can no longer ensure his safety. They urged the court to grant an emergency furlough, warning that keeping him behind bars could have fatal consequences. With Monday's filing, R. Kelly's legal team is looking to have him removed from the North Carolina prison as quickly as possible. Only time would tell whether or not they get what they want. Now, how did I read that to you? Remember, when I went into prison, I couldn't read or write. Now I'm reading the articles, I'm doing YouTube. I think I bettered myself. Do you think R. Kelly bettered himself that he served enough time or he should stay in there a little longer? Somebody put it in the comments. And then why do you think he should stay in there a little longer? Let's put that in the comments. But let's go. Been on here long enough. I just want to tap in, let you know R. Kelly is filing another one. Let's see what happens. All right.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top demon so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, this a roaring uptown. They be whoring uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend the ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can give back to the.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.